Hi, my name is Caitlin Johnson. I'm currently enrolled in a Bachelor of Psychological Science at the University of New England. As part of my degree, I'm studying a Behaviour Modification unit, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to use behaviour modification principles to eliminate the repetitive behaviour involved in obsessive-compulsive disorder. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, which is more commonly known as OCD, is an anxiety disorder that is characterized by obsessions, which are recurrent and persistent intrusive thoughts, images, or impulses, and compulsions, which are repetitive behavioral and mental actions that individuals feel obligated to perform. Obsessions can come in many forms, but no matter what form they take, they usually cause individuals distress. They also generally have a considerable impact on individuals' work, academic, and social lives. In addition to this, obsessions and compulsions are unlikely to go away without treatment. For these reasons, it is generally wise for individuals with OCD to seek treatment as soon as possible. Exposure and response prevention, or ERP, is a first-line treatment for OCD. ERP sounds simple in theory. The individual with OCD exposes herself to feared situations and then prevents herself from performing the rituals that she normally performs upon exposure. For example, someone who compulsively washed her hands after touching public doorknobs would make herself touch a public doorknob and then prevent herself from washing her hands. Not performing the associated response causes the individual a lot of anxiety at first, but then, after a while, the anxiety decreases and the individual learns that she doesn't need to perform the ritual to lessen the anxiety. Even though ERP sounds simple, it can be quite difficult for people with OCD to do, which I've learned from experience. To make it a bit easier, it is suggested that individuals make a fear hierarchy and work through it gradually. Making a fear hierarchy is quite simple. The first step is writing a list of target behaviors that are currently avoided. These can be written by the individual alone or in collaboration with a psychologist. Target behaviors should be clearly defined. For example, if someone felt the need to clean the washing machine at home before using it, the target behavior might be, use the washing machine at home without cleaning it first. After a list of target behaviors is created, each behavior is given a subjective units of distress scale rating, which is called a SUDS rating. The subjective units of distress scale look something like this. The behaviors are then ranged from lower SUDS rating to higher SUDS rating. The initial fear hierarchy should look something like this. After the fear hierarchy is created, the individual should expose herself to each feared behavior, one at a time, and prevent herself from performing the rituals associated with that behavior. She should start from the top of the hierarchy and move on to each new level when she feels ready to. She should make a chart to record her progress. I made a chart for every new level. My chart looks something like this. On the chart, the individual should record each instance of her target behavior and her SUDS rating when performing that behavior. She should put this chart somewhere she is likely to see it, so she is reminded to engage in her target behavior. She should also recruit social support. For example, I asked my sisters, who live with me, to praise me every time they saw me engaging in my target behavior, which they did. She should also reward herself when she engages in her target behavior. For example, I read a chapter of a novel immediately after I engaged in my target behavior. For the reward to be successful, it needs to be something the individual wants and something that she can't get unless she performs the behavior. For example, if I could read a chapter of my novel whenever I wanted to, it wouldn't work as a reinforcer for performing my target behavior. The reward should also be administered as soon as possible after the behavior is performed. So, to recap, individuals with OCD should create a fear hierarchy, expose themselves to their target behaviors one at a time, prevent themselves from performing the rituals associated with their target behaviors, only move on to the next target behavior when they feel ready to, recruit social support, use prompts to remind themselves to perform the target behavior, and reward themselves soon after performing the target behavior. While ERP seems scary at first, it really is effective. If you have trouble performing ERP on your own, seeing a psychologist can be really helpful. Good luck!